Good afternoon, and here we are for day two. So today we're going to be looking at how can I help with B. And my B's are belief, bullshit stories, and boundaries. So let's look at belief first. The majority of the clients that I work with lack self-belief or belief in things that they're doing in some way, shape, or form. And it can be a really crippling thing to feel. So we look very closely about why they are lacking belief in certain areas, and try well, not try to, but then work together to rectify why this happens. So it may be a lack of belief in themselves. They might doubt their ability to achieve a particular goal. And all of these things can really hold you back, whether that's in your career, in your personal life, or in a business if you have one. So that's the first thing to think about. The second thing is actually closely linked to the first thing. So if you struggle with belief, you potentially will put up buts, but, or I can't do that because of, or I can't do that. And these are the bullshit stories that you tell yourself to stop you getting what you want, stolen from the Wolf of Wall Street, because I think it's brilliant. Now, if you find yourself making excuses for why you can't or shouldn't or don't want to do things, this is basically, these are your bullshit stories. This is what you are telling yourself to stop you achieving things. Now, people's bullshit stories vary hugely, and I am not afraid to call them out as a coach. In fact, if I didn't call them out, I would be failing in my job. So I call out my clients' bullshit stories, get them to examine them, and then have some really powerful tools and techniques that will help them get over these bullshit stories, rediscover their self-belief, and then get them back on the straight and narrow again. And then the last thing that we're going to look at today is boundaries. What are your boundaries like? Now, people go to me, what's a boundary? What are your boundaries like? Your boundaries are your ability to say no to people, your ability to say, actually, stop. That's your stuff. That's not my stuff. And to protect yourself from other people's negative emotions. I find quite often that people who are very empathetic don't have very good boundaries. They kind of end up taking on the troubles of all the world because they don't actually just say, no, stop, enough. I can listen to you, but I can't take on all the world. So have a think about your boundaries. If you start to set boundaries for what you're prepared to take responsibility for and make sure that outside of that is everybody else's responsibility, you will start to take back control of your life, and you will start to feel less drained of energy by those people that come and sap it out of you. And also, it means that you've kind of said to people, no, stop. As kids, we all learn what the boundaries are, and then as adults, we kind of forget them. So my 3 B's for today are belief, bullshit stories, and boundaries. And if you need help with any of those, why not get in touch? And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for C.